It's one of the greatest rivalries in college football. Nick Saban's Crimson Tide getting set to take on Ole Miss. And Jalen Milroe is back in the starting lineup as the quarterback for the Tide. Lane Kiffin strolling in, getting set for the 71st meeting between Ole Miss and Alabama.
Alabama is one of the unique programs in all the land, and something's amiss.
But can they get back to where they were?
Alabama's going to right this ship.
I like the team. I got confidence in our team. I really do.
Touchdown, Alabama!
It is the biggest test in American sport to play the Mighty Tide.
This is one of the best teams, dynasty, and one of the hardest places to play. The huge challenge.
You can't write a better script than this.
It's all hotty-toddy.
Here come the Rebels.
Get your popcorn ready.
Oh, Lane Bowling, what a catch!
Touchdown, Alabama!
Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Got one chance to make the crowd go wild.
Over 100,000 odd hat here in Tuscaloosa getting set for Alabama and Ole Miss. It's the first day of fall, but it actually feels like summertime, except for the atmosphere. It's number 15 against number 13. The SEC on CBS is brought to you by the Home Depot. Hey, everybody, I'm Tom McCarthy. I got an offensive lineman in Ross Tucker. I got a defensive back in Jason McCourty. The pride of Georgia State, Tiffany Blackman, will join us in just a little bit, as will Gene Steratore. Happy to be with you from Tuscaloosa, where we've had some interesting conversations this week. And, Ross, we think about Ole Miss, and we think about them knocking on the door.
Well, it feels like a huge opportunity for Ole Miss and their head coach, Lane Kiffin, to knock off the Crimson Tide. Remember, Lane Kiffin, 0-4 all-time against Nick Saban. But just based on the way these teams have played coming into this game, it feels like his best chance to beat his former boss.
Meanwhile, Jason, it's been an interesting couple of weeks for the Crimson Tide.
It has, and everyone's talking about Ole Miss's opportunity. What a chance for Alabama. 2 lackluster weeks. You come back home, SEC opener, to go on and put on a performance. Everybody's counting Alabama out. The dynasty is over. Well, they get a chance this afternoon to show everybody they're still Alabama.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is that they want to show everybody they're still Alabama. Now, we talk about it being an interesting week. They've had stability at the quarterback position for about the last 8 years. They're very unstable right now. But Jalen Milroe is going to be the starter today, Ross, so that might take a little pressure off everybody.
Well, and based on watching their first 3 games, it's absolutely the right decision. Milroe's been very good throwing the ball deep. He has a really strong arm. And when he gets the ball in space, I mean, look at him. He looks like a running back out there with how big and fast he is. That's the positive. The negative has just been the turnovers. I mean, he had 2 very costly interceptions against Texas, which really hurt Alabama. They need him to prevent doing those today.
State College, Pennsylvania. A serene and peaceful campus by day. But once a year, on Saturday night, the place they call Happy Valley transforms into an opponent's worst nightmare.
The annual whiteout game at Penn State is hands down one of the greatest traditions in all of college football.
The atmosphere is unlike no other that I've ever seen. 107,000 people all wearing white.
It's going to be electric. I know there's going to be a bunch of fans that are fired up. We expect it to be loud and roaring over there. Rowdy, crazed fans. They're losing their voice. They're jumping up and down.
The whole world is watching you. There's a lot of eyes on you. And the moment just gets a little bit bigger when you're in those types of situations.
Big game on big-time TV.
We're playing on the biggest stage in prime time on CBS. What more could you ask for?
This is a bucket list kind of environment that you got to see.
Well, this is a game everyone has had circled on their calendars.
Team football, above everything else, finish. Finish every play, every series, everything we do, finish. Here we go.
Whoever's on the field is going to do their job and have their brothers back. It always starts right on you. Let's go do this thing.
The stadium is so loud, you can't even hear yourself think. I said the stadium is so loud, you can't even hear yourself think.
come the Hawkeyes.
Our chapter starts today. Our chapter starts today.
Here come the Nittany Lions. This stadium is ready to explode.
And that brings CBS Sports to Beaver Stadium for the first time in 33 years. The first whiteout was in 2004. It was just the student section. It got a little bigger a year later. And by 2007, 10,000 plus saw Penn State beat Notre Dame. We've got a whiteout tonight as the Big Ten on CBS brings us to Happy Valley and our matchup, East and West. The Hawkeyes of Iowa against the Nittany Lions of Penn State. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nussler. My partner's Gary Danielson, Jenny Dells down on the field. It's not our first whiteout, but put it on your bucket list if you've never done it.
Absolutely. And we've seen just about everything. You come to college football games. You come to Penn State to be a part of this. It's a great atmosphere. Players love to play and win here. There's only one thing better. Iowa winning here would be the only thing better in that situation.
Hey, you know, the first month of the season, partner, we've had a pretty good run. We've seen all the contenders, or at least a lot of them.
We really have, up close. You know, we started out with Ohio State, then we saw Michigan in the flesh, got to see Georgia, the two-time defending champions. Now on tape, Penn State looked really good. Now we get a chance to see them in person.
You know, a year ago, Penn State wins the Rose Bowl. Back in the day, winning the Rose Bowl was good enough in the Big Ten. But two losses last year. They were to Michigan and Ohio State. They're trying to get over that hump and become a contender for a championship. Do they have the talent to do it?
You know, they really do. At every level, they're great defense and tradition here. This year on offense, they've got good players everywhere. But on every level, they've also got great players. Ole Fashioner, their left tackle, could have been a #1 pick a year ago. Wanted to come back to win a national championship. At running back, we've seen some great ones. We're going to see two more tonight for Penn State. Nicholas Singleton, we saw him last year as a true freshman. He's even better now. But Ness, you mentioned the missing link, the one guy that Penn State hopes can get him over the top from the Rose Bowl to a national championship, a quarterback. And they've got one, a young one, but Drew Aller has showed he might be the guy.